Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the press conference of the Indian women's cricket team. We will be having more press conferences, but before we'll start with the captain who's led the team so admirably. And with her, we have the coach of the Indian women's cricket team, Tushar Arote. I request you to kindly raise your hand and ask questions, and we can proceed accordingly. Yes.
Mithali, first of all, hard luck for the finals. But you girls played really well, extremely well, and made us proud. Can you tell us about the kind of reception you guys received, even though after losing in the finals of that, unfortunately? But how floored are you after the reception and the kind you girls received today and last night?
Obviously, it's quite overwhelming to see such kind of a reception. It's first of its kind for all of us. Of course, I did face similar, not exactly similar, but a little lesser in 2005, because then we were not under BCCI. And at that time, I was wondering, had we been under BCCI, what kind of reaction we would have, or what kind of feedback we would get back home. But today, I can actually feel that it is. It's such a huge thing back home, and I'm sure the girls would have enjoyed being received like that, and it's just the beginning of good times for women's cricket.
Mithali, do you think Indian women's cricket is finally close to getting its due in the time we have played?
Well, I think they always deserved it. It's just that now, because of the broadcasting and televisation of the games, and of course coming under BCCI has made a huge difference to women's cricket. And I always believe that the more matches are televised, you can always attract more viewership and more people to follow women's cricket. And the way the girls have played, and just not Indian team, but the other teams who put up a very good standard of cricket throughout the World Cup has actually given us that impetus to, to women's cricket globally, for people to watch and give us a more positive and encouraging feedback.
Mithali, do you think this is the moment to have a women's IPL?
Well, if you would have asked me a couple of years back, I wouldn't. But now, since after going through the World Cup and the way women cricketers have responded and improved the standard of women's cricket, taking it to a different level, scoring more than 300 plus, every team has got a centurion in the side, a 5-wicket haul bowler. So it is probably because of the leagues in Australia and England, maybe even a couple of players have improved their standard, and they've really performed very well for our country. So I'm sure if something in that format, in that perspective, if something is started in India, because the base is done, so it will only help even the domestic players in terms of exposure. But again, it's up to the board for organizing the league. But as a player, I feel now even the domestic players can, if they're exposed to good cricket environment with interacting with international players, even they will benefit.
Mithali, you have a glittering career of more than a decade. But क्या ये आपके करियर का सबसे satisfying moment है इस बार के वर्ल्ड कप?
मेरे लिए तो वो हर एक मैच satisfying होगी where we pull the match from nowhere to winning moments. And in terms of the World Cup, even 2005 is definitely a defining moment for me, because that's the first time Indian team has reached the finals. All those years have been the stepping, or probably I would say one step at a time, to reach where we are now. Had it not been those years, I think we wouldn't have seen today. But yes, doing well in the World Cup always has its importance, and you always enjoy doing well at that stage. But no matter which stage you representing India, always gives me more satisfaction.
This much, no, it was not widely attended. And your mission was to make the semi-final, but when did you believe you could make the final? And to coach, how was it for you to take over the side a week before the quadrangular series, and what were the challenges you faced?
Well, obviously we were preparing for the qualifiers. It was important. That was the first step to qualify for the World Cup. Unfortunately, we didn't have a series where we could get points, and so we had to play the qualifiers. And in a way, I always felt, even during that period, I have interacted with media and saying that it's a blessing in disguise that we're getting matches before the World Cup, where at least 3 teams we would be playing before the World Cup. And the qualifiers, the girls have done well to win the finals, which was a thrilling one. And then we had the quadrangular series. Even that was a preparation for the World Cup. The most important moment for us as a team to realize was the England game. Beating the host in the first game, the opening game of the campaign was a very big boost for the girls, because that's when they realized they are capable of beating the host, which is the second top in the rankings, as well as one of the top most teams in the women's cricket. And since then, the girls believe that they can always turn things around. Yes, it was a little difficult when we lost against South Africa and Australia, but again, it is bound to happen when you have a long tournament, and there are bound to be defeats. But it's important, if we are aiming to be in the top 4, we have to make comebacks. And the girls have really turned things around against New Zealand and Australia to make it to the finals.
I think when we played against when we went to South Africa and won against South Africa in the finals, the girls started believing in themselves. And after reaching England in World Cup, when we beat England, the girls they were more confident and started playing with confidence and more temperamental. That's how we reached in the last 4. And well, I've worked with the team in the past as well. There's always been a challenge to work with the women's team, because I've always worked with the men's team, but at the same time, the fitness level and fielding, we need to improve from where we were earlier. And with the fielding coach and all, we all improved in fielding department, which helped us to reach in the finals.
Tushar, did you put yourself in
back-to-back matches, the media did a lot of hair splitting in terms of Mithali Raj's captaincy. How does Mithali Raj feel at the moment now, having been declared the captain of the ICC team of the tournament? And for the coach, I would like to ask you, what are the changes that you perceive in the team by comparing it with what they were ahead of the World Cup and post the tournament?
I think it's not an easy job to lead a side, especially your national side, into such a huge tournament. And there are bound to be critics. Constructive criticism is always welcome. And we always introspect after the game what better the team can do, or where I can do better as a captain. And I think if I start listening to everybody's opinion, my mind wouldn't work. And it's always better to listen to yourself and to the team, what best the support staff, the coach feels, and I need to be in sync with the coach and not with the others who were probably questioning my captaincy. But being named captain of the ICC World 11 is a privilege. I didn't expect it, but I would have preferred to be the winning captain. Unfortunately, that didn't materialize, but I'm happy because the way team has done, I believe that at some point, even because of them, that today I can proudly say I've led the team well. It's all credit to the team, because the way the girls have responded to the challenges, the way I've asked them to perform and motivated them. I'm sure the captain is what the team is. Otherwise, there's no captain.
I think I've seen the team in the past about their fitness level, and fitness level is improved a lot from what I've seen last time. So I always believe, if you improve your fitness in the cricket, you can improve your skill as well. So like fitness and fielding both improved from whatever the last time I saw.
Mithali, do you think this is this World Cup final and the entire performance of the Indian team in the World Cup is a watershed moment for not only the women's cricket team but also for women's sport in the country, because this is probably after the Olympics with Sindhu's performance and Sakshi Malik's performance that we've seen that this is there's been a national, sort of backing for the women's team. So do you think this is a watershed moment that could actually put you on the verge of almost in the same vicinity as the men's cricket team? A. And B, to the coach, do you think structuring Indian women's cricket both at domestic level and at the international level with foreign players coming to play like they play in the IPL would help the team much better?
I think this is a moment where a team sport actually garnered so much attention other than the men's cricket, because you've seen individual sport always gets that mileage because there is only one player or two players that you focus on. But when it comes to the team game, irrespective of having 2-3 good players and the team doesn't do, you don't get that attention. But it feels nice because we play cricket. Cricket is a religion in India. Everybody loves to play cricket and everybody follows cricket. So I'm happy that we've defined women's sport in India, especially the team sport, and I would love to see many more women's sport, team sport should be coming into limelight, and this probably is the beginning.
Mithali, Mithali here. Are you satisfied with the domestic structure of your cricket, which lasts only for a few months that you are playing?
Well, last year, since 2-3 years, we've got the days game in the domestic structure, and even BCCI has made an effort to get in under 16 level, because that is the basic level from where the girls can get into playing the higher level. And I myself have played under 16, under 19s a lot, so I think they're coming with the under 23 as well. So there is changes in the domestic structure to develop players, quality players, and of course there is a huge gap between domestic and international standard. But again, it will close down with the facilities that the state players have access to now from their respective state associations. It's just a matter of playing more games and giving them more opportunities.
मिताली, हमारी जनरेशन ने ये हमेशा देखा है कि माँ बाप बोलते हैं कि तुम पहले आओगे तो इतना बख्शिश दूंगा तुम्हें, दूसरे आओगे तो इतना बख्शिश दूंगा तुम्हें. आपकी जनरेशन ने भी शायद वही देखा होगा, नए लड़कियों की जनरेशन ने वही देखा होगा. लेकिन बीसीसीआई ने कुछ अलग कदम उठाया, फाइनल में गई 50 लाख का. उससे आप संतुष्ट हो क्या? अगर संतुष्ट नहीं हो तो आप बीसीसीआई से और क्या चाहोगे?
अगर आप मुझसे पूछेंगे तो मैं तो 99 से खेल रही हूँ जब कोई मॉनेटरी बेनिफिट्स नहीं था. ये क्वेश्चन तो आप उनको पूछनी चाहिए जो अभी अभी आई हैं.
मैं चाहूंगा वो भी जवाब दें.
Mithali, 2 questions, one for you and Tushar bhai. Unfortunately, you had you girls lost the finals, which was heartbreaking. But immediately next year we have the World T20. So how desperate are you to win that and cover up, and cover up this World Cup final defeat, unfortunately. And Tushar bhai, when you took on the coach role, how easy was it for you to come and adjust, and there was no media attention and the kind of pressure the other coaches have, the men's coaches. So how easy was it for you to? Was it like a Chak De Kabir Khan moment?
Well, I don't think we ever would want to play to cover up things, but yes, after the bad performance in 2013, being the host, we could not qualify for the Super 6. I think the girls and even I have worked very hard in preparing for this World Cup, and the same hard work we'll put into the T20 World Cup, because it's a different format and it requires different preparation. And it definitely will start very soon, and it will be a challenging thing because India still has a long way to go in terms of T20 format. But again, we have some of the brilliant players of that format, and we definitely would look forward to putting a better performance than the last T20 World Cup.
I think it's not easy to take up the challenge. Especially when you are playing, you are depending on your performance, you are getting picked on your performance. When you into the coaching, your performance is counted on the team's performance. So like there's always a challenge, and I like to take up the challenge. Even in the past I did it, so I was pretty confident I would be able to handle the team very well, and will do well from henceforth.
For round 2, we'll have Julian Goswami and Harmanpreet